Okay, I'm on limited time, but I wanted to pop on here for my own purposes because the light bulb went off and I don't want to forget, so I probably won't upload this before I really start putting stuff together. But I was thinking about the video that I just uploaded talking about how prayer actually increases human hurts and the psychological measurements taken from non-Christians versus Christians who subscribe to Christian meditation and prayer to Jesus Christ and who operate out of the Holy Spirit, and how physiologically that makes a very positive difference. So I was thinking about that. Then I was thinking about the third video of no-hide laws with transhumanism and how they're going to get people to adopt the no-hide laws. Again, I went into like a little bit of smart dust, nanoparticles, but a lot of the brainwashing, gaslighting, lying. I don't like liars. So I'm sitting there going, I don't believe in coincidence. So why now is the social media space being infiltrated with people coming to Jesus? Whether they are real converts or false converts, why all of a sudden are these channels not being shadow banned? Because I know when I first got on social media and I wanted to talk about Jesus, all I got was infiltrated full of people posting porn in my DMs and making sub channels and it was bad. That's why I went locked down on my social media. So that's what it was in the past when you proclaimed Jesus Christ. And now everybody's doing it. A lot of them are doing it for clicks and views. Some are real converts and they're just very excited, but people are getting excited about the supernatural aspect of it. So they like mixing in the occult things along with the Christianity, and that gets the dopamine levels up. And then when you have a group of people that are interested in Jesus that have their dopamine levels up, and now their flow state is no longer stagnant, then you have a whole demographic of the population that has increased their vibration due to their concentration on Jesus Christ through a social media platform. Okay, I don't know if you're going to be able to follow this. I'm just going to unpack it the best I can now for later on for me to dive into. Oh my gosh. Wouldn't it make perfect sense that the people who are doing the under the skin technology for the transhumanism, since that is based on the energy and the vibration and the electricity in the human body, not necessarily the tissue, but what gets that human tissue physiologically altered, the energy, the firings, the connectivity. If that is under the skin, and we know through scientific studies if it's real, if any of those measurements are real, that concentrating on Jesus will increase hertz, energy. It increases the vibration, increases that. And if AI needs a source to draw from, it would almost be like a technological energy vampire. A technological energy vampire, in order to keep this transhumanism technology, under skin technology, in order to fuel it, you need to keep the vibration of humans high. But if they found that concentrating on Jesus Christ keeps the vibration high, how would they be able to keep focus on Jesus, to keep that energy expenditure to a point where technology can sap from it? How do they keep that interest where it is without people going the step further and realizing that God created all of this and that there is going to be this mass awakening with the truth, especially with Jesus Christ? How are you going to stop people from going that step higher and realizing, so people, they're not going to want people to realize what's going on. So they have to that's what they have to do. They have to have controlled opposition, like not even controlled opposition, like controlled protagonism. So you're going to have to get characters on social media that are talking about Jesus Christ to a certain point to get people excited for the energy sapping, but they're going to have to mix in other things that are going to keep them from going to the next step of elevation to realize the full throttle truth of things. So you're going to have these spaces infiltrated by devils dressed as angels of light, wolves in sheep's clothing. Oh my. The faith in Jesus Christ, the uptick of people proclaiming Christ, I think that might be working in tandem with the transhumanism. And it's a twofer again. I keep saying twofer, but it's twofer, threefer, fourthfer. Everything has multiple purposes. So it's not only for energy expenditure, because it keeps the vibration high in humans, but then you're introducing these plants that will only allow people to go so high because we've become dependent on social media. So people will stop diving in where their social media personality stops. They'll just adopt what the social media personality has to say. So if you mix in some lies there, it'll still get people to buy into false narratives along with elevating that energy production. Ooh. Ooh. Because I do believe that in a spiritual sense, like I said in the last video, the demonic entities that come around do interrupt electricity, energy surges, all that kind of stuff, glitches in electronics. So since I do believe that those are connected because everything is made out of the energy, electricity, and vibration, then it would also be true that through the technology, evil entities or people that made deals with the devil can sap what makes us human while they're trying to figure out how to copy what makes us human. But it'll also stagnate our physicality so that we don't process and reason beyond the point than what we've been told. Ooh. Which again makes all things true at the same time. But it does that. Then it keeps people addicted to the social media, which keeps us highly programmed, but it keeps us highly programmed into the one thing that expends or produces the most energy and the highest vibration, which would be love in Jesus Christ, because fear energetically is actually very low. Fear is a very low vibration. The highest vibration is love. And if people come to the realization that Jesus is love and teaches us how to love, then great, that is unlimited energy source. But you still have to insert some things that are going to keep people at battle, because if everybody knows the truth, then there is no longer a hierarchy on the planet, which means the people that made the deal with the devil, that want to live forever, that means they lose their power, they lose their influence, because everybody else would be elevated in the love, with the higher frequency, with the clean pineal gland. So the social media is very integral with this. This is very interesting. I don't know if this is making sense. I'm not sure if I'm going to post this, but I need to go ahead and put this down because I'm going to dive into it later when I actually have time. Okay. But if I do post this, if anyone has any ideas, tell me what you're thinking. Tell me what you're thinking with this stuff. Oh, it would make perfect sense that people are all over the politics and all over this. They keep trying to get the division. But it's people, they're not putting as much energy into it now. Now they're looking for truth. And now when they're looking for truth, they're looking for Jesus. Jesus, higher vibration, energy, more energy to sap from, better quality energy to sap from, which would back up the data that I collected on why prayer works. So it is spiritual, it is technological, it is natural, it is supernatural, it is biological, it is physiological. Ooh, it is. Okay, bye.